What's up? My name is Jermaine Garrett, and this is my documentary of domestic violence. Throughout this documentary, there are going to be interviews with women who's either experienced domestic violence or have certain opinions on domestic violence. So stay tuned and enjoy. How do you feel about domestic violence against women, Naja?
I think people should keep their hands to themselves, and I think a man should never touch a woman.
I feel that domestic violence is not warranted against any woman, regardless of what she has done. I feel that a man should be a man and walk away.
I feel like domestic violence is overrated, and if a woman gets out of line, she needs to be put back in her place. If it calls for hitting, choking, or punching, or even verbally abusing, then you got to do what you got to do.
What would you do if you was in an abusive relationship?
The first thing that I would do is seek help and to leave, especially if I had children.
I was in an abusive relationship only one time, and it only took one time.
If I was in an abusive relationship, first I try to talk it over with the person, and if we can't solve anything, I try to get a counselor or a mediator or something like that to come in and help us out.
All right.
What type of man do you think would hit a woman?
A man that, let me see, well, for one, if a woman disrespects a man, then she deserves to get hit. And any man that hits a woman, I guess, is right, because women hit them, so we should be able to hit them back.
A man that has very low self-esteem, may feel kind of cocky, may feel intimidated by another woman's independence, a low life, a man with no sense of any type of direction, maybe a man who has not been raised up to be a man and feels that the things that he was taught when he was younger, like if someone hits you, you hit them back regardless if it's a girl or boy, he feels that now that he's older, he can perpetuate that. And I feel that men like that are no good, and they deserve whatever consequences come to them in regards to domestic violence.
What do you think the punishment should be for a man who hits a woman?
He should go straight to jail.
It shouldn't be a punishment.
Explain, please.
That's easy. Back in the early 70s, men hit women and never went to jail for it. Why now? Just because OJ did what he did?
I believe the punishment should be severe in terms of a person being held accountable for his actions. Counseling should be provided so that the act isn't repeated, and incarceration if necessary to get the point across that is to be taken seriously.
I think that person should get locked up, locked down, yo. It ain't cool. Give them some time or something, a couple of years. Let them get beat on by some dude in prison to see what it's like.
Do you think that there's hope for those who hit women?
I believe there's hope for everyone. I'm a Christian, and I believe that people should be forgiven if they realize that they've done wrong and given a chance to right the wrongs. Everyone makes mistakes. Sometimes people who abuse have been abused, and the cycle has to stop.
Honestly, I do not believe there's hope. But right now, what I'm noticing is that the judicial system is putting them behind bars, and they are getting education, and they are getting the therapy that they need to control their anger. So sometimes I won't just say, you won't do it again, but you're always going to be on the back of someone's mind wondering what they already know you're capable of if you will do it again. So in that case, I would say possibly.
Yes. The hope should be that the women should not do nothing and get hit.
Okay. What is your definition of a woman?
Oh, you really don't want me to answer that.
Go ahead, do it.
My definition of a woman is a strong, independent, respectable, it's hard to say.
My definition of a woman is a female that stays in her place, that does what she's supposed to do, that doesn't get out of line with her man, that does the cooking, the cleaning, and maintains the children. Any other thing else would be a help. And I can elaborate on that if you want.
That's okay.
What is my definition of a woman?
Yes.
A person who is matured to that level of being able to call themselves a woman through lifetime experiences, degree of maturity, the ability to make wise decisions, and to be a role model for younger people.
Well, let me start a little bit over. I feel that women in general are very strong. I feel that we have a lot of strength. And I feel that when we take on something, we follow it to the end. Some women we do have that do not do that. But the strong women are the ones who stand up and take care of their responsibility. I believe in independence of a woman. I feel that a woman should always be dependent upon herself, not of another person or his or her partner. I feel that when it comes to independence and getting things done, you're the only one that can get what you need to be done correctly. If you rely on other people, the job never gets done right, and what ends up happening is you still have to do it over. As far as respect, all women should have self-respect. You should never lose your self-respect for anyone. Whenever you make a decision on if you're going to do something or not, the first thing that should come out of your mind is, am I going to regret it tomorrow? Am I going to lose any self-respect for myself? If you are going to lose any self-respect for yourself, then you need not to do that.
I don't know what it is with these dudes today, man. They sit up there and talk about, how much they love you women and how much they care for you, but then they turn around and they want to beat you. Over stupid reasons too, There shouldn't even be a reason for any man to hit a woman. I mean, what the hell? What kind of shit is that? That's some punk stuff there, man. I can't even see myself stooping that low just to hit a woman. It's crazy. To all you guys out there, all you guys who hit women, man, who's an abuser, I'll tell you this one thing here. Before you even think about hitting a woman, you think of your mother.
But like I said, there is consequences to your action, but at the same time, as long as someone's getting beat down like that, you're just making them weaker. And sometimes the weaker they get, they can't come back being strong. Sometimes they just wallow. And that's what I mean when they mess with someone's mental. It's like your mental is so strong at one point, but as long as you keep getting beat down, you're going to start to lose that. You're going to become a weak woman. And there is when you're going to lose your self-respect. And like I feel in anyone's case. No, you didn't just say the front door is locked in the middle of the interview. Yes, it is. Anyway, self-respect is all that you need. Whatever you do, when it comes to your self-respect, you don't lose it for nobody. And you will lose it if you continue to accept abuse in your life.
Do you have a message for those women who has been in abusive relationships?
Has been in abusive relationships?
Yeah.
I feel like this. Love is blind. And you can't mistake love for you being abused. You know what I'm saying? It may be your baby daddy, it may be your baby's father, whatever you want to call him. But if he's going to put his hands on you, he doesn't respect you. He can't possibly respect you. You know what I'm saying? Because he's sitting up there. See, how I feel about love don't hurt. So if you feeling pain in your heart and you loving this person, how are you going to hurt them? You know for a fact that when you put your hands on that person, when you disrespect that person, you're going to hurt that person. You're taking a piece of that person and you're just taking it out of them. You know what I'm saying? You're making them just weak. You're making them, I don't know, but please just follow your own mind. Do what you think is right. I can't tell no one to leave someone that they love, because sometimes men do change after the first time. I believe there is change. I believe that sometimes when a man first hit a woman, sometimes they won't hit him the second time. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what happened. But sometimes they will. They will continue down a path as long as she allows it. A man's only going to do, or a woman's only going to do what you allow them to do. No one can do anything to you that you don't want them to do. All right.
I agree with some of what you said.